Hi, welcome to Truth with Tal and Isaac. I'm Tal.
I'm Isaac.
Episode number 145 coming at you today, and it's a big one. We're going to talk about the Washington Commanders coming into Detroit. Talk a little bit about how Wildcard Weekend went. Talk about the Divisional Round. And then a couple minutes on the head coaching jobs. And maybe a minute on the Buckeyes and the Irish.
Yeah, sure. Like a minute.
Not
off
much.
the top, I just want to talk about the Lions. So let's get through all the other stuff first.
100%. Lions, the big topic today.
Yeah, we like the Lions. So what do you have to talk about?
Red Wings.
Sure.
Was Lalonde even trying? I don't understand how...
So let's not act like we know hockey.
No, I know. That's my question.
Okay.
Our hockey people that are out there, can you tell us how a coach made that big a difference? So the Red Wings kind of pooped the bed last night against San Jose, but they've been playing great.
Yeah, I don't understand hockey. I put it on the other night. We put the games on sometimes. We like
Sometimes
hockey.
we do.
We're chill guys. We like hockey.
It's usually not screen number one.
No, it's usually... Well, yesterday I put it on screen number 2 for a bit before they lost. Anyways, I don't know hockey. I don't understand hockey. But, go Wings. I'll watch Wings. And they'll be in the offs this year, maybe. I have a Detroit sports group chat, which is 4 or 5 buddies. The group chat is just called Detroit. And it's just various sports. So, we'll go from Cade to Wings to Lions. It's really good. And then they cannot educate me on hockey. Because we don't understand how hockey works. Admittedly. Even though I don't think it's very complicated to understand. But nonetheless, what else do you have to talk about?
NBA update. So the trade rumors are going to start to happen like crazy over the next month. Jimmy, you're going to hear different rumors every single day.
They're not rumors. We're trying to free him.
I know. Free Jimmy. The Pistons are in a unique position because I think 2 months ago, everybody thought they're just going to sell, trade Beasley, trade Hardaway at the deadline. I don't know. And the Pistons could play a role as a third party because they've got lots of cap room. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, we have to have our expectations very low because the past 2 or 3 years, they've had a bunch of cap room at the deadline. And people are like, oh, they can do something.
And then virtually nothing.
Nothing. And they should have done something before they got good when there was some stuff towards it. Just get in the office. That's all. I have some office hours that's just popped up on the computer. It's optional. I'm not going.
It's optional. If you had a question, you could go, but you don't have a question.
Fact.
Correct.
Okay.
I know that.
What else do you have?
You know this.
Yeah.
Coach Rob, probably the number one fan of the show. Coach Rob, big birthday yesterday. Thanks for supporting us. Thanks for supporting the show. Thanks for being a good dude and a good coach.
Shout out my guy, Coach Rob. That's my guy. Shout out, Coach.
For sure.
What else?
The Caleb Williams stuff, I do think we need to spend a minute about it.
Fine. Go ahead a minute.
It's just
less
funny. So a bunch of dudes, like Isaac and his buddies, convinced Caleb Williams, the Chicago Bears quarterback, that they were Ben Johnson and to set up a FaceTime to talk about how successful they're going to be. That's awesome. And those guys have so much street cred. I don't know anything about the dudes, do you?
No, I know nothing, and I don't really care.
It's funny.
I don't want to talk about Caleb Williams on the podcast because I'm going to get in trouble. I'm going to say things I can't say.
Well, anytime you get to make fun of Chicago, that's good because Urban Paul,
but that's
big
my
Bears
guy,
fan.
Yeah,
Urban Paul's a guy, and shout out Amy because she had a big birthday party on the weekend.
Yeah, shout out him almost missing a Lions game. Lucky they got the bye. He wanted the bye more than Dan Campbell because he had this plan to go to town.
Yes.
And I'm like, buddy, if the Lions are playing, you're missing it.
Yeah.
Anyways,
that was a big deal. I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah, glad it worked out. Go Lions.
I have a question. Most of our audience are dudes, right?
Yeah, be careful.
What percentage? 87% is the last stat?
Not sure, but tread carefully.
Why are boys so afraid of chapstick? Because it's you just put them on really carefully.
I'm pro chapstick.
Yeah, a pro chapstick, but you put it on like it's titanium on your lips. Every boy.
Well, I've gotten this as a habit. I put it on before bed.
Really?
So yeah, just because I don't want to wake up.
We didn't talk about this ahead of time.
No, we didn't. This is I don't know why.
So you do the moistening agent before bed and it lasts you throughout the day?
Well, maybe I just don't want to wake up and my lips be all chapped. I want to go wake up on a good start, and a good thing to just knock off the list is avoiding chapped lips when you wake up.
That's not a bad idea.
Thank you.
Little public service announcement.
Yeah.
Fellas, I know we're afraid of chapstick. Just throw some on before you go to bed. I'm going to try that.
That's what I've done. I have one right by next to my book. I have a routine where it's okay, put my book down, chapstick, bed, and it works every time.
Might be autistic.
Okay. Can you
some routine?
Actually, no, I think you can say that.
You can say that.
That's actually maybe fact.
Oh, yeah. He's in the window. Like Kevin, our buddy, he's in the window.
It's fair game, and I'll wear it. Perfect. It's good stuff.
With pride.
Yeah, I'm prideful about it. Okay. What else do you have?
Nothing. You want to talk about the Wildcard Weekend, or do you have any off the top you'd like to share with our fans?
No, I have no off tops. I just want to talk about football, really.
Okay. So, I mean, the game that affected us the most, obviously, was Tampa Bay and Commanders. And it was a good game. It was interesting. It was exciting.
You stayed up for, I don't know, half maybe? A quarter?
Over.
Okay.
Over. But Tampa couldn't really move the ball well, and Commanders made plays. Right? Like, Daniels is an elusive quarterback. But guess what? There's all sorts of elusive quarterbacks in the league. The only two quarterbacks left in the playoffs that are not elusive, Stafford and Goff.
Yeah, the RG3 tweet is making the rounds.
It's stupid.
It's just making the rounds, and everybody wants to talk about, A, how you need a mobile quarterback, and B, how Goff's not mobile and Stafford is.
Sure.
It's just stupid. Dumb. It's arbitrary.
That Brady guy was pretty decent.
It's a different era. That's a very stupid take. That's the opposite.
Brady won 3 years ago.
Was it 3? I guess so. I guess, yeah. But that's a statistical anomaly. Like, people are going to look at that and it's like, how did that guy with that roster at that age?
Yeah, listen, you can't compare like Dan Marino and even Peyton Manning. That was an age ago.
Any of the Mannings, for that matter.
Correct.
Okay, so I guess we'll go Commies
Arch
Bucks.
can run.
It was the best game of the weekend by a mile.
It was the only good game.
We'll get into that a bit if we want, because I don't love this discussion because it's kind of an extension of the NBA rating extension.
I think it's overblown. People just wildcard games aren't exciting. It's okay. There's still playoff football. It's still exciting.
And then that extends to college football, where people are complaining about bad games. It's like exactly like you in this boat, where it's like playoff football is playoff football. We'll be watching.
Yeah,
you know?
Listen, if it's the fourth quarter and the game that you're watching doesn't involve one of your teams and it's a 24-point spread, okay, maybe you don't pay as much attention or maybe move to screen B. But it's still playoffs and you're still watching.
Yeah, so it was nice to have Commies Bucks kind of round out the weekend. I know the Monday was a different thing. Daniels beat the most as a passer. He didn't run much, especially in the second half at all.
No, he just stayed elusive, right? He made some plays.
But the thing is, he's like the whole, and I was on this, like just looking at some of the track record of rookie quarterbacks and rookie quarterbacks on the road and the playoffs. You can't really consider Daniels a rookie. What he's doing is just not rookie stuff. He doesn't look like a rookie.
I agree with you, but he's also 24 years old. Like he's
That's
the same age as Joe Burrow.
That's a very big part of it. And Collinsworth, I think, had a great quote on the broadcast, and he basically said, like, looking at Daniels, no part of him resembles a rookie, and I completely agree. Maybe the fact that he's a little slim.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
They're slim quarterbacks, like that's not that crazy.
Yep.
He's fantastic. We'll get into this. Daniels is very good. The Commanders are a very good football team.
Sure they are.
Nonetheless, bring them on.
Bring it. They want us? Fine. You got us.
Do we get in?
No. We got to wait. Wait a little bit longer.
But the Bucks, I really like Baker. The thing with Baker is when his team is winning and he's playing well, the Baker thing works.
Yes.
And when he's not winning or he's not playing well, i.e. Cleveland, Carolina, Rams.
He looks like an obnoxious ass.
It doesn't work. It's really, he's worked in Tampa. This is very nice.
Baker's the guy to go. Baker's the top 10 quarterback in the league now.
I was always like needlessly afraid of Baker, even when he was like not any good. I was just like, that guy just makes plays. And Todd Bowles, we'll be careful, we'll be quick here. I don't understand how you can bring that guy back next year.
I agree. So there's a couple of playoff coaches that are in discussion. Todd Bowles is one of them. The Mike Tomlin take, I think, is a terrible take.
Okay, so let's segue to Ravens Steelers, and I'll let you kick off with Tomlin.
Yeah, so the Steelers have not won in the playoffs much in the last 8 years, I think. Here's the problem. The Steelers have been in the playoffs, so they're mediocre. Tomlin does not get a team below 500, ever, 18 straight years or some crazy stat. So unless you luckily get a second round or a late first round quarterback, you're not going to get a good quarterback, so you're not going to win in the playoffs. So Tomlin does a great job getting an average team to play up in the regular season, but they don't have winning people they don't have the roster to win in the playoffs. Whose fault is that? Tomlin for being too good in the playoffs? Should he tank for a couple of years to get some high draft picks? No, they don't want that. So I think it's a lame argument. He's a great coach. Either accept the fact that he plays a little bit of a conservative offensive game plan and they're going to win 9 or 10 games through grinding it out. That's it.
That's interesting. I think I agree with most of that. With that being said, I do understand if a Steelers fan is like, I'm tired of being in this purgatory. I want to just suck for 3 years or 2 years while being in this awesome division. That's another thing.
True, but you also could suck for 20 years.
Yeah, you can't get cute.
It's a slippery slope.
You can't get cute. I agree. It's a slippery slope. With that being said, I really do. I'm very interested in the Tomlin buzz and about him being traded and that. Look, it'll never happen. And we can talk a little bit about head coaching carousel if we have time at the end of the show.
Yeah.
But I think it's very fun to talk about and speculate. Again,
it's super interesting.
He should stay. QB buzz. Now, let's bring that on with the Steelers. They do not have a guy.
They have no quarterback.
Yeah, so I have no idea what they'll do. Do they go and get a Daniel Jones?
Do they go and get Sam Darnold?
Yeah, the Sam Darnold one actually I kind of see working.
Yes. Because he's a good regular season quarterback.
That is quite funny. Yeah, it's like, whoa, the Steelers, they win 11 games. Wow. And yeah, so we'll talk about the storylines there, talk about that. Steelers fall off. Like, I think they were 10-3 with a game. They beat Baltimore, and then they had like a 2-game lead.
Yes.
Like, they were going to get the 1 seed.
And we called them fraud all year long.
They're gonna win the division, and a lot of people thought the Chiefs might slide a little bit. And we were just like, look, Steelers aren't that good. We've seen them. And that stood up for sure. Ravens, talk about the Ravens here, a little positive.
Sure. That was an important game.
So you missed that game, right? Yes.
And you got to talk about that game. I saw some highlights, but then you have to talk about the Chargers game next as well.
Okay, so I'll make Ravens Steelers quick. It was just Ravens, like, pound the rock. Like, I think I wrote some numbers down. They doubled time of possession, just about.
Oh, that's great. I love that stat.
And ran for almost 300 yards.
Yeah.
It was great. They had one drive where they just ran every play. I'm sure you heard about that.
Yeah.
People love talking about when you have like a 13-play drive and only run.
That's
like,
fun.
Whenever that happens.
You run 8 minutes and 28 seconds off the clock. That's great.
So, Ravens look really good. We'll talk about them later. Texans Chargers, it's a little tough one for me. Because I really do like both teams. And I was rooting for the Chargers. I love Herbo, and I really like Stroud, and I really like both coaches. Like, these are just two likable teams for me. Herbo didn't bring his best stuff. Houston's defense played really, really well. Stroud made some big-time plays.
I think it's important to note that you key on McConkey.
It's my last, yeah.
And there's not a lot of other guys there.
So the Chargers have no option outside of Ladd. So real quick, I go to school with a guy who's a huge Chargers fan. Like, I'm pretty close to as big a Lions fans as we are. Chargers fan. Yeah.
How's that?
I think he liked their jerseys when he was like 5 and just stuck with them since. And I kind of rock with it. Anyways, because every day in class, I've been going to school with him for 4 years. He wears the same like Chargers hat every day, and he doesn't look like Herbert, but I just be like, Herbo. And then now we're boys, and we talk football all the time and whatever. He said that.
Tell him Dan Feltz is an underrated quarterback historically.
Yep, I'll say that.
He listens to the show.
He might. The biggest takeaway he said was, "There's no one to throw to outside of that." He didn't blame Herbert. He said there's no options, and I like that take. With that being said, Herbert had 3 picks in the regular season, and he had 4 on Saturday.
Oh, that's poop.
You're not going to win football games with 4 picks.
Poop.
But Texans Chargers. So do you have anything on that or
nope?
Okay. So you want to hear? So we've got Bills Broncos, and we've got Eagles Pack next.
Yeah, listen, the Broncos, they have some guys, but they don't have a full roster yet to compete with any of these big teams. Mm-hmm. And Buffalo's just better, period.
Yeah, we don't need to talk a lot about that.
Rams, Vikings, we need to spend a couple minutes on.
Mm-hmm. I just want to say for Denver, just like last sentence for Denver.
Yeah.
This is a great year for Denver.
Oh, it's a win for them.
Huge. Denver, you should be very happy. If you're a Broncos fan with
when was Knicks, like the 12 pick or something?
I think 12. Good call. You should be very, very happy with the Broncos season. I think they have a very promising future.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you want to do Rams Vikings?
So Rams Vikings, obviously, we talked about this last week, and we are, we can predict the future. We are soothsayers, whatever you want to call it. Aaron Glenn set the framework to beat Sam Darnold to a pulp, and the Rams just said, copy, paste. We're going to do the same thing. Lots of pressure, double Jefferson, and they beat him to a pulp.
Yeah, at no point was that game ever in jeopardy. Like the Rams, they came out really hot, but offensively and defensively, and just pedaled to the metal the whole game. Basically, without Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp was like a non-factor in the game.
Yeah, and actually, Puka Nakeo, is that his name?
Say it again.
Puka Nakeo?
Yeah, that's it.
I don't think that's it.
Nope.
No. He didn't have a huge game either.
No, but he made plays. He made plays, and they got him involved, and he's a great blocker.
Can I just call him Puka?
Yeah, Puka.
Okay.
The Rams are good. The Rams are good.
The Rams are solid.
Do you have okay, Eagles Packers we got to talk about.
We do need to talk a little bit about Eagles Packers.
Rio de Janeiro rematch.
Sure. Love's not the guy. Like, 1-to-1 fans are going to realize that.
So I just said make fun of Jordan Love here because I knew you would want to. So go ahead.
So those that are real fans of the show, we met Antonio Freeman, ex-Green Bay Packer, great, all-star guy. He was really good. And he said, Love's not the guy. But this is last year when everybody was saying
been in March,
Love
right?
is the guy. Yeah,
Because it was March Madness?
March 2024. And he said it, and we agreed with him, but he knows a lot more than we do. And they lost to every good team they played. Green Bay did.
I like you pointing that out. Yeah, I think they were 0-6.
Maybe they were
0-7
1-6 or 1-7
against like Eagles,
against the 500 or above teams.
Eagles, Vikings, Lions, and maybe another team in there. Like these
Yeah.
just didn't be good teams. Front runners, if you will. I like that term for the Packers.
Yeah.
But the thing with Love is, real quick, I won't make fun of him here. We were told all offseason and even into the year when he was sucking, like, he's the guy. He's going to be so good. And even the past couple of years, last year, like when he turned it on for like a couple months.
Yeah, he was good for 7 weeks when there was not much pressure on him, and he did well. He's got some talent.
He's good. He's good. He
But
is good.
Yeah,
He's not great.
No, I'd pick Goff over him for sure, and Baker, and all sorts of guys.
Yeah.
Who at the
Bryce
beginning-
Young?
Yes, I'd pick Bryce Young over him.
Basically,
Again, at the beginning of the year, Love was he's better than all these
MVP.
guys.
There's a lot of MVP
No, there was
buzz.
MVP chatter. Top 5 quarterback in the league.
Everybody told us that Love was the man.
No, sorry about that.
And, are we biased? Do we hate Green Bay? Yeah.
Sure we are.
But also we be like, he's not that good.
They're not going to get 3 Hall of Fame quarterbats in a row. The numbers don't work.
Statistically speaking, that's
Statistically speaking, it's kind of like statistically speaking, eventually our teams need to rock it and win. That's where we are today.
The Patriots got lucky because they got 3 Hall of Fame quarterbacks in a row, except it was just one guy, right? Like, he's 3 like, they got very lucky with that. Both teams, Eagles Pack, neither impressed me. It was a 12-point win. It did not impress me at all, and they covered. Hurts his first game back in like a month, so I'll give you some there. But I was not this. I know I got to be careful here. I'll play anybody. I'll play Eagles. I'll play Packers. I'll play the combination all-star team.
NFC. AFC is a different ballgame.
It doesn't matter.
What happens when it comes to that. But you get to Soupy, then let's have that conversation.
I'm just saying, Eagles Packers. Like everyone was like, these are 2 like Packers dark horse candidate. There's so many people in the Packers, even into the playoffs because they won.
Yeah, agreed.
I don't know if you remember last year. They won a game as a 7 seed last year. So everyone's like, they're gonna do it again.
Well, didn't they smush Dallas?
It was Dallas.
Yes.
It was like the final Dallas. Like, oh, these guys suck.
And Dallas played terrible, and Dak threw the ball away, and they were awful.
Good memory. So, like, everyone was on back. I just don't get it.
Let's roll right into division.
Also,
weekend.
AJ Brown getting some reading on the sideline. I thought you were going to talk about that.
Well, we're going to talk about that next.
Okay.
Okay, so
where are we going now? Lions, Commanders?
No, we're going to wait. We're going to Rams, Phillies, since we're rolling into that. Super interesting. Lots of storylines. Listen, Philadelphia doesn't win by just running Hurts and Barkley. They're going to have to throw the ball to either Devontae Smith or what's AJ?
What's his last name? Come on, man. He's like a top 5 receiver.
I know. AJ Brown.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're going to say Green? The Cincinnati?
I was going to say AJ Green, the old Cincinnati guy. If Hurts can't do that, then they lose to the Rams. So it isn't even a topic of discussion. You know Stafford is going to make plays. You know he's going to score points. The Rams have a young defense, but they've played pretty well.
Yeah, good ball knowledge here.
And we do need to talk about how big an injury is Nakobe Dean.
So lots to go here.
So I don't know what the spread is, like 3 or 3.5 or something. Do we know?
It's 6.
Oh, I'd take that all day long.
It seems like a trap. Seems like a
Yeah.
trap.
Admiral Akbar, it's a trap.
Yeah, everywhere I look. So I will say. So we talked about the Packers. Packers, like everyone's like, oh, Packers, you're gonna make some noise in the playoffs. All of that talk has went to the Rams.
Yes.
So now all the people are like Rams. And I want to talk to the Lions. I'm not going to yet. I'm just gonna say this: Lions haven't played in a week, so people forgot how good they are.
Yes.
And that's a very real thing. When the people forgot how good the Lions are. So what I'm saying is, all these people on the Rams, they're gonna be wrong, long term. They might beat Philly. But they're not. If they get through Philly,
they're not coming in our house.
That's my point. And I've already seen people talking about this.
Kelly Stafford. No offense, you're not welcome.
Yep.
But we're gonna boo you because we're gonna boo all the Rams.
But not her children.
That's the deal. No, we're not gonna boo your children. Listen, we'll do a golf clap for your kids.
Okay. So the Rams looked really good against Minnesota, and Philly did not look good against Green Bay, which is why we're kind of leaning Rams-ish.
Yeah. So what's your pick for that?
I still think Philly wins. I think Philly makes it a very mucky, dirty game, and they pull it out.
You know what? I've got the Rams winning on a late touchdown.
Yeah, who's going to score it?
Cooper Kupp.
What's the final score? You love doing the scores.
Puka Nacua. 29-27. Odd numbers. I just made that up. I didn't have that written down.
Yeah, that's really good.
Fans probably know that.
29-27 Rams. So maybe we place a little coin on the Rams to cover.
We should actually talk about that. Yeah, Rams to cover is how I would roll it. Like, if I'm one of those guys.
It's 6. Or what 6. You can do is, if you want to bet that number up to 10.
Parlay that with...
Chiefs.
I
don't see the Chiefs losing.
Okay, so let's roll into Chiefs and Houston. I agree. What are the Chiefs favored by? They got to be 7 or 8.
I think it's like 8.5, 7.5, 8.
Not as much as the Lions are favored of Washington, but we'll get to that in a minute.
And look, everyone's on the Chiefs, including me.
Well, Houston's not good enough.
But that's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the only way is everyone counted out Houston in the first round. Like everybody. So do they have a little doesn't matter, we're just playing with house money. Oh, we're going to go into KC and upset Mahomes.
Listen, KC's not going to score a ton of points. I don't think Houston is going to score a lot of points, though. CJ needs to be able to throw it to the right team. And KC's defense is solid.
Very. If Houston plays their best ball, if they play their best ball, they can beat KC.
Agreed.
But I don't think they're going to play their best ball on the road in AC or in KC. Right?
Agreed.
So give me the Chiefs.
You've got KC plus points.
I'm not putting any spread on that. Chiefs against the spread, I'm not touching. Chiefs are winning.
Buffalo-Baltimore is the showdown that everybody wanted. That's going to be a great game, all really entertaining.
Hope it's a blowout.
I know a couple of people that are going to watch the game in Buffalo.
It's super affordable to go.
Well, Buffalo is like Detroit was 20 years ago, right? They're still kind of in the midst of their, we're a rebirth, revitalization thing.
I looked into going. It's very, very, accessible.
Is it $100?
It's around $100, and it's like a 4-hour drive.
Yeah, I was there on Friday.
Yeah, you were there on Friday.
Yeah, I saw Buffalo. I waved to them. Hey, actually, I went into Buffalo.
So who do can we say who's going? What's the lean? What are you thinking here?
I'm picking Baltimore because I just don't think the Bills' defense can hold Baltimore for under 35 points. It's going to be a high scoring. Take the over. I don't really care what the over is. And everybody who wrote in the MVP ballot 2 weeks ago, rip that up. Sunday night. No, I know it doesn't count, but those are the two best candidates for MVP this year, right? Allen and
we're not talking MVP.
Jackson, but I think Jackson shows. Okay, yeah, actually, this is my year.
If Baltimore wins and Jackson plays well, it's not going to be because he wants the MVP more.
Yeah, I know.
But people are saying
it's just funny discussion.
Yeah, it's very funny.
Yeah.
It's not. Who's going to Baltimore? Bills fans? Buffalo. But Bills fans are going?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's going to be an awesome atmosphere.
A couple people that I know from Windsor, but some people from Toronto.
Yeah. Look, it's very rare we get the MVP thing in the NFL. That's nice. I agree with you. Which defense is going to make a stop?
Baltimore
you're on Baltimore?
has a better defense. Yeah, that's why I'm picking them.
So I was initially on Baltimore, when Buffalo was favored.
Yes.
And I was like, that doesn't look right.
Now it's 1 or 1.5 or something.
Now Baltimore's favored. I think I might just stay away and just enjoy football here. If I had to pick somebody,
I don't care.
Let me go home team. Let me take the Bills.
Let me also state, whoever wins this game is who we will see in New Orleans.
See you in February. Ravens
see you in February.
Winner. Yep. You know what? Let's combine them both and ship them to New Orleans, and I'll like my odds.
It's a good idea. We'll take that.
Okay, so
we have nothing else. Internal. There'll be fighting who's going to be the starting quarterback. Okay.
Shout out Uncle Phil, Bills
fan.
Uncle Phil. Shout out all the Bills fans that are good folks. Hope you guys win.
So there is a game this Saturday in Detroit. And it is one of the most anticipated games in North American sports history.
Okay, it's not.
Yes, it is. Yeah, this is Pudge pushing the ball inbounds against the Red Sox. This is the Miracle Mets. This is the Jets. Joe Namath guaranteeing a win. This is it. This Saturday. Washington, you wanted us. You got us. Come on, bring it in.
So
we're gonna actually break down positions, positional strength. Did I tell you that? Well, it's okay. I can roll with that.
Okay, so you can just.
Why don't you give some analysis and then I'll roll into my comparison group.
So there's a lot to go with here. No, this whole game, it's first of all, I'm talking to the co-host, my dad next to me, and I'm talking to all the Lions fans out there picking and choosing. You don't pick and choose in the offs. We're new to the offs, so I get having a little apprehension about who.
For the old people, he means playoffs.
Yeah, you just say the offs, man.
Not everybody knows that.
Okay, John Pork does.
John Pork's an idiot. That bit is lame.
Freedom.
Spiggity toilet. It's the same
stop.
dumb thing.
No, that's different.
Same dumbness.
Look, Give me the Commanders. Give me whoever. Washington's a very good team. Sure, they're legit. It's not like they were like a 9-8 team that snuck in and then upset on their own. They're 12-5 and they won a road playoff game.
Sure.
They're excellently.
They got guys.
They're a good team and they're very well coached. But that being said, I will go to war with whoever. If it's Washington, then it's Washington. And if it's the Rams in a couple weeks, then it's the Rams.
Fine.
Daniels, like we said, he's an advanced rookie. I just want to emphasize a lot of analysts are on Washington. There's way
Really?
more. Not that there's.
Is that just clickbait?
I'm not sure, but not that there's a ton. But there's way more people picking Washington than I expected.
Show me some of that later. I'd like to see that.
It's just like I'll go on a site and it's maybe 25 or 30% of the people on Washington, which is more than it should be. It should not be that much.
If you want to take Washington plus the points, I can maybe see the argument. I wouldn't do that, but you can argue that. But
so a couple of things, two boring things we'll talk about very quickly. Injuries and kickoffs. What would you like to hear first?
Injuries, please.
Do you know where I'm going with kickoffs?
Well, OCD guy? I don't know.
No. Kickoff. Okay, so I'll go with injuries. So Zeitler is probably looking questionable, which
Yes.
hurts because he's been playing at like all pro level. You know who we got into Chamber though?
Yeah.
Who?
Beast, the rookie from Boston College, whose name escapes me right now.
Mahogany.
Mahogany, yes.
I believe Christian Mahogany is
I
his
think
name.
that's right, yes.
Who stepped up for Glasgow earlier and was
Big.
awesome.
And they might even flip Glasgow and play there, play left versus right. I'm not as worried about that.
Then we'll talk about Monty. Now, wow, Dave Montgomery back. It's a big deal. It's a big deal to have him back. To be good for the locker room.
Emotional 3rd and 3, you're giving it to Monty. And for some reason, he only gets 2.5 yards. Then the 4th down conversion is easy. I'll tell you who's going to be well rested Monday morning. The punters.
Yeah, everyone's talking about that.
Yeah,
that got old the
that's
first
funny.
time I heard it.
Yep.
And old man Bobby Wagner and old man Zach Ertz, they share a room in the nursing home. They're both dinged up. They're good players. They're actually, like, all jokes aside.
Yeah,
they're playing
Wagner was
really-
dinged up on Sunday.
So was Ertz. People didn't talk about that. Both,
He didn't play for a good stretch, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both these guys are very good and they're playing high level ball. But they are old and they are dinged up. Okay.
Do you want me to run through some of what I want to talk about, or do you want to go a couple more points?
No, you can go ahead. Just ramble some nonsense.
Okay,
It's fine.
quarterbacks, Goff versus
Oh,
Daniels.
this is so stupid.
Who do you like?
Oh my gosh.
Just tell me Goff.
I'm gonna say the
Although
Lions.
although it's close.
Like you can present me like Muhammad
Yeah,
Ali and
okay,
Jared Goff.
Running back, not even the topic of discussion. Wide receiver, tight end, not even a topic of discussion. Even though Scary Terry's pretty good, Detroit kills them. Offensive line, I don't care if Christian's playing or Zeitler's playing. Detroit, nobody's messing with us. Defensive line, actually, I have Washington as a edge on the
Lions.
defensive line.
Lions.
Okay, linebackers.
Lions.
Okay, defensive backfield.
Probably Lions.
Probably Lions. What about special teams? Oh, sorry, OCD guy.
Well,
Zane Gonzalez.
I wrote down Washington has best special teams in the league, so I have to change that, and I actually say Lions have the better special teams unit.
Yes, they do.
On all fronts.
Yeah, well, but we get Cleve Freeman back, and we're supposed to get 3 yards. Boom, he gets 11. You do that a couple times in the game, and suddenly you're in better field position.
Okay, so what other this moronic
Coaching.
exercise?
Who's got better coaching? Let's see. The Lions probably have 5 head coaches on their roster.
Well, if they had Kevin O'Connell, then I would say them because he's probably coach of the year.
Coach of the year?
So stupid.
Wow.
Yeah, Lions. Yeah, we'll talk about Lions coordinators. Yeah, Lions have the best coordinators and a coach.
Yep.
In the league. So yeah, Lions. What else? Fans. Lions.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be so
Concession stands.
loud.
Lions. Like what do you? Standing room. Standing room availability.
Standing room availability?
Lions. Do you have anything else? Can I?
Parking?
I almost made a Washington joke. I was very, very close to, and I'm not
Do
going
not
to.
make a Washington joke.
No, I didn't even say anything.
You can't.
So it's a wonderful. It's a wonderful city.
Yes,
we went
just-
there.
Yeah, you just need to be cognizant of where you walk, like most cities.
Yes. Well, actually, no, I wasn't going there. I was going with like political jokes, but I'm not going to.
No, well, you know what? We do have our 15-point breakdown of how Trump is rolling in and how the tariffs are going to affect the economic, the 2 countries. Mm-hmm. But actually, that's the other episode.
Yeah.
That's the hard truth with Tal and Isaac.
No, we're not. No, that's like that even. No.
That's fake. It's not a real thing.
So that's just awful. Okay, kickoffs. I want to make my Washington joke, but I won't. Washington forces kickoff returns all the time. I think the most in the league by a wide margin.
They force kickoff returns intentionally?
Correct. Yeah, so they kick it short or to the side or basically very returnable early end zone to get guys to bring it out. Now, I have a radical pro touchback agenda. I always have. Going back.
Yeah. If it's landing on the 5, just wave catch it.
So going back to my Madden days, you'll like this. When I'd play Madden with Deo and any of my buddies, shout out my buddies. When I'd play Madden, I was always touchback guy. Except my quote was quotes, when the boys need a lift. So if the boys were down 28-0 and I was getting whooped in Madden, then I'd bring them out. Washington lets you bring it out all the time. Save us Khalif Raymond. That's kind of where I'm going with this here.
Yeah.
We got Khalif. You want to kick it short? Sure, go for it. Just got to be careful with holds and penalties on kickoffs. So those scare me.
Okay.
So what I got.
So the one-word prediction when I ask about how this game is going to go is going to be real easy. It's 4 letters. What's your prediction?
Pain.
Who said that? If you don't know, it's Clever Lang. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Rocky 3.
Yeah, I think most people understood the Rocky 3 reference.
Maybe not. Okay, what's your actually score prediction? Because I wrote it down.
I want 41-10 Lions.
40. So the 31-point spread. Actually, I'm going to take slightly under on the 31-point spread, but not much. Anyway, Lions scored 38 points. Washington, I don't care.
41-10.
Less than 27.
Okay. Do you know why I said 41-10? Because there's a meaning to it.
Because the last time Washington and Detroit played in the playoffs in like 1992, that was the score. How was that?
Close. So I think they played in the late 90s, and the Lions lost.
Early 90s.
1991, a very special year in Lions history. A one Barry Sanders had a wonderful year that year and carried the Lions to a division berth. You may remember this.
And then beat Dallas.
And went on to lose in the NFC Championship game to, I can say it, the Washington Redskins. That's what they were called.
Was that the 41-10 score?
That was 41-10 Redskins.
I called that.
But it was, you were referencing, you were close. That wasn't the last time they played in the playoffs. They played in the late 90s.
All right, okay.
So this was the time before that championship game.
Washington, they were a beast, but they were still at the Hogs, and they were a big, good team.
So I want to just get revenge for that team, the Shawshank Redemption, like us. Like, we're going to do this for the 91 fellas.
Okay, good.
Barry will be in house. We'll be with them.
Yeah, probably.
So 41-10.
Calvin too. Calvin wasn't playing then. That's like Johnny Moore.
Calvin was not playing in
1991.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. He's barely.
Herman Moore.
Yeah, you should know the 1991 Lions.
Yeah.
Okay, 41-10 Lions. Anything else on that game?
Good luck, Washington.
Okay, can we talk about going to the game?
Yeah, well, let's talk about going to the game. So everybody wants to know, you're going. Listen, this is how we roll. Of course we're going to this game. We're going to be loud. We're going to make the difference. Like, us alone, you can count on us for 2 penalties that Washington has because of us.
That's 2 false starts.
Two false starts. And actually, one is going to be on offense, one's going to be on defense.
Force the timeout.
The one on offense, and force the timeout, so 3 things. The one on offense is actually going to give us a first down. Yeah. Like second quarter when the game is still close.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
that's it.
We're going to the game.
I don't know if it's a forced first down on 3rd down or 4th down. I'm not sure.
So we're going to the Lions game, right? We have to figure out a little logistics, like tickets and when we're leaving.
We'll figure that out. Isaac was going about noon.
I want to go. Like, I want to wake up and go. Yeah. Wake up, go a smoothie, maybe get a workout in, and leave around 11 a.m.
Meat stick, power bar, apple in the hood, the whole deal.
I'm very excited to go.
Yeah,
it's
what we do.
And like last year there was some convincing. I had to convince him a bit. Not really, but like kind of. You're being sus.
Actually, Ken Stewart had a pretty good take.
Shout out Ken Stewart.
Yeah, shout out Ken. He's like, he makes people feel bad because he always goes out with his wife for dinner. But I make people feel bad because of all the cool stuff that we do.
Yeah, that's real.
That's real.
Real.
Why can't I be as cool as Isaac and Tal?
Okay, so that's
because you can't.
Stop. Who is that? Who is that an impression of?
Any jealous friend or dad.
No, they're all wonderful people.
They're all wonderful
people. Thanks for
people.
listening.
Yes, we appreciate the support.
Okay, we're going to the Lions game. We're very excited. I don't think we do face paint because we're going to work. I might as well wear a suit. I'm going to the office.
Yeah, I'm you know what? Suit. Lions jersey. That's something to talk about, actually.
I won't. I was just joking when I said that.
It's not the worst idea in the world.
I looked into getting a Lions onesie. Like a Lions...
Like the Tiger onesie.
Like a Tiger costume. And that worked very well.
Something to talk about.
I think I'm just going to go in full uniform. Like my Lions. Like I have these special Lions pants that I like. I have special... Like I have my...
I got Lions pants too.
So that's what I'll be wearing.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going. That's great. I have nothing else on Lions other than 41-10. Give me the Rams. Give me Philly. Don't matter.
Doesn't matter. Okay. Head coaching, we're going to spend a couple minutes on this.
Sure.
There's a lot of head coaching jobs available. So I think Aaron Glenn is actually going to go to New Orleans. And you heard it here first. Ben Johnson, he's staying home. Like none of these. Oh, hi. Oh my gosh.
What's up,
We got a
fellas?
special guest appearance by Braeden in the house.
So we're just talking about the Lions.
Just talking about the
and the
Lions.
head coaching carousel.
They're going to win. So
Wait, what's the score prediction for the Lions game?
what's your prediction?
Get in here.
50-3. I don't care.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've said 41-10.
And if you had to use one word to describe how the game is going to be, what's your prediction?
Pain.
Pain. Nice. Very good.
Okay.
That was not scripted. Just so the fans.
What else do you have to
realize
say, Braeden? I didn't. I guess are we running late?
I just came in, and then your mom was like, they're recording, and I'm like, I'm going to pop in, and so then I just walked down here.
That's wonderful. Yeah, we got basketball tonight.
We're going to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
How have the Lions' success? How much? Can you describe the joy that it has given you in your life?
So much joy. I love the Lions, always have, and they've just been like dirt for a century. So like my entire life, all I know is Lions suck. And this year, last year,
couple years now,
couple years,
everybody
they've been
loves them because they're awesome.
I know, and you can get into the whole fake fans argument,
Do we want
fake
to?
fans bit too, like because there's so many.
Listen, the
just
bandwagon
fake
is
fans.
huge. Like it's a couple blocks behind us, but they're hooked up back with a nice little Winnebago full of wannabes. I'm fine with those people.
I'm fine. It's like, don't post the box score on your story. You don't know ball. You don't care about the Lions.
That's true.
It just like I gotta welcome the fans. And this is if this is a con of being good, then I'll deal with it.
Yes, if you can describe in detail Dan Orlovsky running through the end zone and getting a safety, then absolutely, let's have the conversation.
Yeah, we're just like go back to like obscure Lions games. Like hey, do you remember the London game against the Falcons?
Yeah,
Remember
complete the process. You want to talk about that? Absolutely, let's complete the process.
Yeah, I even know that, but that's like before my
That's
time.
a long time
But
ago.
I remember
Probably
that
15 years ago.
Back in the end zone.
Yeah.
It was Calvin at Chicago.
Yes,
if I recall,
that's correct.
to end the game.
Good pull.
Thank you. So Braeden, what do you want to talk? Do you have any more Lions stuff? We're talking about head coaching.
Well,
a bit
back
too.
to the little bandwagon Lions bit, just to kind of wrap that up. If we have bandwagon fans, that's a good thing, right? Like you can get into it about, all these bandwagon fans, fake fans, blah, 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 they don't know ball, blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, if we have bandwagon fans that we can say, oh, you weren't a real Lions fan 3 years ago, that means our team's in a radically good position. So
Absolutely.
It's all positive.
Yeah.
Real. Good
I don't
take.
think the Bears are picking up a whole lot of bandwagon fans.
No.
No
Probably
Bears
not.
talk here.
Nope. Sorry, Ruben. Okay, head coaching. We just mentioned that Aaron Glenn, he's going to go to New Orleans. Ben Johnson, he's going to stay home because all these other opportunities, they kind of suck. Like, do you want to go to the Raiders, which is a bad situation other than their tight end and Max Crosby?
Go through the opening, the job, because there's a lot.
Bears.
I do not think is very
No,
appealing.
and there's
can I say why?
17 people in the head office, and it's really confusing.
Why I don't think the Bears are appealing. First of all, you're in a very good division, which is tough.
Yes.
No matter, right? Like if the Bears win 10 games next year, that's going to be super hard
If
to
the
do.
Bears win 10 games?
I'm saying if they win 10 games, are they fourth in the division? Oh, right? Like
Yeah, that's a tough
how
one.
many?
true.
How many
'Cause
games?
10 games is a big success.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that was my point there. Thank you. Outside Krebs Stadium, GM I don't think is very good. Lots of cooks.
And there's like
stadium controversy.
so many people there.
And
Yes,
Chicago.
exactly. Where are they going to go?
Is Chicago appealing? It's not the 90s anymore, buddy. Mike's left. What else do
Exactly.
you have?
Jets.
Jets, I think, is a little appealing.
They've got some skill position guys, but the New York media is super intense. You're only going to get 2 years.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
And the Giants suck, too, so you have even more, like...
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Jets, not a good option. Do you really want to go to Dallas, where Jerry Jones is your general manager?
I actually don't
and
think
you've
Dallas is
got
good.
Dak, who's overpaid and hasn't been good, and their offensive line is old.
I don't think
Go
it's
ahead.
appealing.
Hire Deion Sanders. It'd be great for media, and it'd be a terrible hire.
Yeah, I wrote that. There's no way that happens,
So
but it's
the
funny.
Patriots was actually a decent spot.
The Patriots, I think, is
Because they
probably
got a
the best.
quarterback, steady ownership,
I agree.
commitment to winning, a history of excellence, obviously because of Tom Brady and his 3 careers. But they got Mike Vrabel, who's just an old Patriot.
I agree. The Patriots were probably the best one. Keep going. Saints
Jet-
is not appealing.
No, Saints is not appealing because cap held, no QB.
And Hurricanes.
Jaguars, I mean, Jacksonville's kind of a poop hole,
Jacksonville's appealing to me.
but they've got a quarterback and they've got some guys. So
I
actually,
agree.
I have them.
I like
I like Robert Saleh going to Jacksonville because
I
I always liked him.
Yeah, you like him more than me, I think. I just think Jacksonville's an appealing job. Like, partially, it's just kind of like, you're just like looking like, oh, if I had a family and I had to move a family. Florida, no state tax. Jacksonville, fans aren't as, like, right? It's not like the Jets media, the Jets fans. It's the Jags.
Yeah, you've got for
right?
sure 3 years.
And there's a lot of upside with the Jags, too.
I think Lawrence is pretty good. They've got some playmakers. And Brian Thomas.
Brian Thomas Jr. who's
Top
a
five.
Top five now receiver in the game.
What else? Any other jobs?
I think that's it. I think we covered everything.
Yeah.
So is Ben Johnson going to go to Jacksonville? Possibly. But he's going to say, I'm going to make $3 million and stay here, and I'm a hero. Everybody loves me. Mm-hmm. What, like, his great-grandchildren are going to get less money. That's
Can we talk about one man who I think should get a head coaching job, and I just want to hear Braden's thoughts on him? John Gruden. Thoughts on John Gruden?
Okay, I'll give my thoughts. I like John Gruden as an internet personality, and also with his recent, like, you know, draft a starting lineup with, like, you know, shitters in the office. Like,
Have you seen any of this?
No,
it's
I have
really
not.
funny. Like, he just grabs, like, some dudes in the office and is like, you're my center, you're my left guard, and he just, like, make an O-line, and then he'll just, like, start calling play calls and, like, give a fake quarterback a play call. And, like, so he knows the game, and he's still got it.
Oh, I
and
did
he
see.
can still
I
rally
did
the
see
troops.
one clip when he was on the whiteboard and going through
Yep,
things.
yeah,
really
where
quickly.
he's doing stuff like that. So he's awesome as an internet personality.
So where's he going to go?
I don't know. Like, I like John Gruden, but also
Raiders.
at the same point, no, he's not going back to the Raiders. I also think like
Well, the whole
he doesn't
like
want
I'm
to
a
touch the
racist
NFL.
ass thing probably isn't helping him.
Yeah,
That's
that's
not
that's a
aging
little
terribly
stain
well.
on him.
That's a big. That's
Yeah,
a,
there's a little bit of
that's
a stain
That's
there.
a big shit mark stain.
Yeah.
Okay, what else do you have, Dad? Anything else on coaching?
No,
Do you have Brian Flores written down going to the Bears? If the Bears, look, because the Bears are close to home, like that's important to talk about. If the Bears go and get a defensive coach,
well, I think they're going to do that.
especially a defensive coach who bullied Tua into wanting to like quit and leave. I don't.
Yes.
People forget this.
Yeah, terrible.
Look at the Brian Flores Tua stuff. I like Flo.
Yeah, you might as well hire Urban Meyer.
Flo is not a manager of people.
Nope.
I think he's more of
He's
a
not a
leader.
leader.
He's more of a leader than he is a manager.
Okay, and the bar's low.
But think about right, like he is more of a leader than he is a manager.
Yes.
I don't think he's managing your personalities very
Okay.
well, but he's a guy that can rally the troops.
Okay.
That's what I have there.
We'll spend anything else on any of the NFL stuff.
I love the Lions. 41-10. Book it.
Okay, what did you say again, Braden?
I 53.
50 to
And
3.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
stand by that.
Notre Dame, Ohio State. Who you got?
Ohio's like there's no.
Ohio State's going to kill them.
I don't.
The
I don't
best
care. You can talk
opportunity
about it. I just
was-
put them in moneyline parlays with the Chiefs.
Texas blew it. Irish toughed it out. You know, Penn State came up short. Ohio State's going to destroy them.
Okay.
like-
Good analysis.
What
there.
time does the game start? 7:30?
I don't even know.
I think it starts at 7:30. I'm going to
basketball.
go to basketball at 8:26. The game's going to be over.
I'm gonna agree with. I'm gonna take the first half spread and go to ball with you.
Yeah,
That's
agreed.
what we'll do.
But here's the one thing that I want to talk about. I love the fact that the name, image, and likeness money is making the Big Ten teams legitimately good, whereas all the SE teams who just ripped off and paid money under the table are suddenly not good anymore. Mm-hmm. I love that. See
Yeah.
ya, SEC.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
The only thing here worth talking about, I think, is Marcus Freeman, who I really, really like.
Oh, yeah. I heard Marcus Freeman to the Bears, too.
So there is some Marcus Freeman head coaching. I don't think it'll happen. But if I was, who's the Jags owner that you like? Is it
Shaw is the last
Saad
name.
Khan?
Khan, yes, the
Right.
last name.
If I'm one of
Owns
these,
Flexing Gate and a whole bunch of other stuff.
if I'm one of these rich owners, that's my team's kind of like is real sus.
$12 million a year? Come on in.
I'm bringing on Marcus Freeman.
And you get a private jet.
I'm not bringing on. I love Pete Carroll.
He's
but
the leader of men, and he's a coach.
Freeman. Yeah, he's
I
great.
like Freeman.
Right,
Yep.
like Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll's great, and Luke loves him, and we love Pete. He's like in his mid-70s. You're gonna bring that guy to a locker room, coach football for
Pete
4
Carroll?
years?
No.
Pete Carroll's getting he's getting interviews.
I know he's getting play.
He'll lose his voice at halftime or something.
Yeah, I would get one of these young college
the old-
guys.
Yeah.
I like Lanning, the Oregon guy. These guys won't get head coaching jobs yet. If Dion gets a job before Freeman, I'll be very.
But if a
curious.
team in the NFL is going to do that, it'd
Dallas.
be Dallas.
It would be Dallas,
Because
yep.
they're stupid.
Owner show, coach show, GM show, it's
Yeah.
all Dallas poverty.
The only
Exactly.
way Dallas will ever get out of their poverty is if Jerry Jones dies.
True. Yeah.
That's the truth.
Is
Sorry
his
about
son? Is his son good though? Isn't his son just like him?
I don't know. I don't know enough.
Sell the team.
All I know is owner show Jerry Jones. He's got to go.
Yeah.
I agree.
Agreed. So
Okay, what else?
Daniela had a question for us that she would like to ask. If the apocalypse happens and the Detroit Lions, something positive doesn't happen to them on Saturday, Does she just move out? And how long does she move out for?
It's not even worth discussing. But I will say, I'll be stepping away from the game for some time.
We'll be stepping away from
I'm
the game.
serious.
But
I'm not watching.
It's not relevant for this Saturday, and it's not going to be relevant for the Sunday after that. Oh, by the way, my inside scoop, people have told me that the following Sunday, lines are 3 p.m.
Oh, they're the first. Let's do this. So of the championship games, the NFC and the AFC championship, they are the first game.
Yes.
They'd be the first later afternoon.
Yeah, it's like 3 o'clock and 6:30 or something like that.
Okay. So we're leaving around 9 a.m. that day.
Probably about 9. I'm going to go to tennis from 7 to 8 and then go right there.
Okay. We'll rip a workout. We'll rip a lower body and then. Okay.
Yeah. Apple, meat stick, power bar.
Okay, that sounds good with me.
That's it. Okay. Go Lions. Love you guys. See ya.